What if I told you you could buy an electric car under 6 grand and is only £20 a month? It is of course the Citroen Ami. Je veux la nouvelle Citroen Ami. And the Ami in French means friend, and it's going to be my little friend for today. And we're going to give it a full test drive and review and find out if it's worth your hard-earned cash. And I'm going to get some other people's reactions as well to find out what they think of this new Ami. Stay tuned. Hope you enjoy the video. So the Citroen Ami started life way back in 2019 as a concept, and it was set out for Citroen to revolutionise inner city transportation, especially in Paris. But the name Ami derives from the old Ami that Citroen made back in the 1960s and 1970s. But here we have the new 2022 Citroen Ami. So firstly, let's talk about the structure and the front design of the Citroen Ami. And as you can see, the whole car is covered with this plastic paneling. It's all round the car as well, and to be honest, you can tell it's built to a price. Now this also serves a purpose because the front end is literally identical to the back. If someone crashes into the front, you can take this front panel off and replace it with the rear end as well. Now that also fits in with the doors, which I'll show you. They're actually suicide doors. They open just like this. If someone crashes into this side and takes that door out, you can then replace it with that other door there. So there's little funky little design elements that set apart from any other car on the road. Talking about here, you've got your indicator lights, and of course you've got daytime running LEDs at the front as well. You've got a Citroen badge, it's all plastic, and you've got the famous Citroen chevron badges on the front as well. Now talking about the dome here, I like it. It's like a little greenhouse effect dome, and you've got your wipers here, and that glass goes all the way to the top here with a nice panoramic roof on the top, and this kind of just curves all the way to the side. It's very box shaped. It's designed for the city. We'd like to know what you think of the design of the new Citroen Ami. A lot of people are shocked by it. Other people think it's quite cute, but do you know what? Me personally, I quite like it. So let's have a look at some of the design elements of this new Citroen Ami. And Citroen are very proud of their heritage. They've actually got some old elements in this new car. If you can remember the very famous Citroen 2CV, the design element here is reminiscent of that. Also, the little wing mirrors here, they're like little vanity mirrors, so it's just little cool, quirky features. Another cool feature of the Citroen Ami is that you can actually park it in half a car parking space, which is going to be really easy in some tight knit areas in cities. Now let's talk about the design on the side of the Citroen Ami, and as you can see straight away, you've still got that dome shape effect that curves off right at the end. You've got some little design features here to make it stand out, some stickers, makes it look a little bit quirky. Down here with Citroen as well, looks a bit like the cactus. Some paneling down here on the plastics around here. 14-inch wheels. So let's talk about the design on the rear, and let's just have a quick look at the boot. Yes, there isn't one. All you've got is it looks identical to the front as mentioned. All you've got is your brake lights and your indicator lights. There's no reversing lights, which is a bit odd as well. Very straightforward, punchy, boxy design, and at the top here you've got some kind of pattern design elements on the top. I don't know if you class that as a spoiler, but it does overhang and have the rear display glass just hanging underneath as well. So let's take a quick look at the specs of this car. Well, it's not actually a car. The Ami is officially classed as an electric two-seater quadricycle, which means it's not a car as such, it's what they call a micro vehicle that doesn't have to abide by normal safety or license regulations. And if you're 14 and live in France, you can drive this without a license. But in the UK, you need a full license and you insure it as normal. It doesn't even have an NCAP safety rating. There are already a few quadricycles out there at the moment. Remember the Renault Twizy? The Ami is powered by a 5.5 kilowatt lithium-ion battery with a singular 6 kilowatt motor, which only gives 8 brake horsepower and 40 newton meters of torque. This is driven by a single-speed automatic that drives the front wheels only, and a max speed of 28 miles per hour. Charging for the Ami, it takes 3 hours to fully charge and gives a maximum range of 46 miles. There are 3 trim levels with the Ami: the standard, which we are reviewing today, the pop, and the Ami Vibe. But what's the interior like inside the Citroen Ami? Well, it's one of them. You need to see it to believe it, really. It's very basic, but also quirky inside. To open the door, you have these little handles here to release the door, and also you've got the, as mentioned earlier, you've got the 2CV flap here, and you can pop that open. It does get quite hot in here because when you go inside, it's like a dome and you can almost get like a greenhouse effect. It can get really warm in here, but you do have aircon. Good news is though, tall people and even big people can get in here very easily. You've got a lot of room here and the cabin is very spacious throughout. You do get a lot of space here though at the front. And what Citroen have done is giving you some little mats here to store stuff in. If you wanted to compare it to a Lego car, there you go. You don't get speakers or anything. You do, and you'll have to buy a separate a Citroen Ami badged Bluetooth speaker, which you pop just here, and that is your speaker system really for your navigation and everything. Inside there's no sunroof, you've just got this big glass panel there at the front, and in the back you don't get any sort of rear view mirror, you just have to turn your head, which isn't really a problem for a car this size. The steering wheel is very basic as well, there's no horn, the horn's on the side here. So as you can see, you've got your digital dial there, it's very basic, it's just got your range and your driving mode. You've got a little setup here, an Ami holder, which you can put your phone here, and that's pretty much your system entertainment. You've got your hazard lights, got your air conditioning as well. You've got two pedals, your brake and your accelerating. That's as basic as it is. So you've got drive, neutral and reverse. That's all it has. It doesn't have a sport mode or anything. You have got seat belts. I think that's the only safety feature this car has. In the footwell, you've got a luggage compartment down there. That is your boot pretty much. So where your passenger will sit is your boot. You've got some rubber mats. There's no real cup holders down here. Just got some little holes here to put some coins. And the seats, they're hard plastic, but you do have some cushiony leather, which is okay. It's not the most comfortable seat, but for short journeys it's absolutely fine. So in the back of the Ami you don't get much space, just enough to fit a gym bag or something in the back here, but you do get your washer fluid compartment in the back there as well, but that's all just plastic. Because this is quite a new car, you wouldn't expect to have a very old-fashioned key. You pop this in there, start her up, so here we go. Whoa. The pull away in this car it's quite impressive actually. When you let your foot off the accelerator, it just gradually comes to a stop. You can hear the motor as well. You can hear pretty much everything. But do you know what? I think that's part of the charm of it. I quite like it. What is good is the sort of ingenuity behind this. This could be seen as one of those cars you could pop in and out of. So you could start the morning, you open the door, you see your Citroen Ami there, you jump in, you use the app, you use it for 10-15 minutes. I can see where Citroen are going. It's just very cheap urban transportation that's environmentally friendly, and I think that's pretty much what cities are needing right now. So I'm putting my foot down here and yeah, it picks up pretty well to be fair. The amount of times I've done that today is brilliant. And as you can see, I've got a massive grin on my face. It is cool. But just remember, this car has a lot of limitations. There's no power steering. You can only go 28 miles per hour. You're best comparing this to sort of a four-wheel moped. I can see a lot of parents potentially thinking it's going to be a lot safer option than a moped, say for first-time drivers. You can imagine having so much fun in Paris in this. It's brilliant. You could go down the Champs-Élysées, down the straight. You've got the nice views. You've got the wind in your hair. It's brilliant. It is just bareback electric box. That is what it is. All you get is smiles and a lot of attention. Go to an Aldi car park, because this is what you'd be doing potentially, just going to get a little bit of shopping, and I'm going to see what reaction you get. What's your first thoughts on the Citroen Ami then? What do you think?
It's very cute.
It's cute. Would you have one? Do you know how much they are? £6,000.
Is that all?
Yeah, you can buy one for £20 a month. Yeah.
Oh my word.
Is this one possible driving for no license?
Yeah, correct. Not in the UK, you need a licence for the UK. In France, you don't need a licence. So yeah, it's a bit annoying. We need to move to France here. Let's go around about with this. Okay. Yeah, you are literally hugging the steering wheel. It does throw you around when you're going through roundabouts. Let's do a Starbucks run. How do I open it? Remember, this is left-hand drive. Oh yeah, could I have a caramel macchiato grande, please? When I pop round, would you give me your honest view of this car? What do you think?
What is that?
It's a Citroen Ami.
You're taking the
No, I'm not. This is it. Oh, does it go through? Oh, no.
It's not going to fit.
It's not going to fit, is it?
We have to like...
You got to do that. Whoa, I'm chilling in Miami. Not Miami, Miami. People are really intrigued. They're laughing about it. It is fun to drive. If you want to go over 28 miles per hour or go from city to city, there's no chance because you can't legally drive this on the motorway as well for obvious reasons. You can take it up hills. Most Ami drivers won't be seeing a hill, but in case you do, I'm going to give it a drive and see how it copes. steep hill. It's just gradually climbing up, doing 11. Come on, 12 miles per hour. So it will get you up, but of course it's very slow. Whew. So let's wrap up this video review of the new Citroen Ami. Yes, this little French city car that's meant to be changing the way of inner city transport. It's very easy to pick holes with its limitations. Yes, there's no NCAP safety rating and it only gives 8 brake horsepower. But if you really think of what this car can do within an inner city environment, you're being able to open your door, step inside an Ami, use it for 5 or 10 minutes, close the door, and there you go. You get a bit of fun in between your daily commute. This car, well, Ami, it's in the name. Could be a good friend of yours, but most importantly, would love to know what you think of this new Ami. Do you like the look of it? Do you think you could potentially see yourself on your daily commute in this small electric car? Let us know in the comments below. Hope you've enjoyed the video and we'll see you next time on Is It Worth It?